Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Right now, it's 10:05 on a Friday. I'm thankful that it's finally Friday. Feels like a Tuesday. The holiday season has, I think, maybe just me or everybody kind of turned all around upside down. But we're going to have some fun. We have Relay for Life here in studio. This is an organization that benefits the American Cancer Society. If you're watching on social media, feel free to share this video out. Let me know if you have any questions on the Facebook comment feed. I'm going to go ahead and put us on the FM, and we're going to have some fun today. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. It's 10:05. It's Friday. I'm thankful. I'm thankful this Friday because we have some guests in studio. We have a full studio. Yesterday we had an empty studio. It was just me. Today we have a full studio, a full house. We're going to be learning about everything Relay for Life does, what they do, and how you can get involved and benefit the American Cancer Society. So I'm going to go ahead and get started from my left, and I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves and say how they are involved in the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life. We'll start here.
Hi, my name is Karen Nugent. I've been involved with Relay since 2009. I led Galveston for 4 years, and now we're with the merged Texas Gulf Coast.
All right.
And I relay for my father.
So that's why you got involved?
Yes.
Okay. And Victoria?
Hi, I'm Victoria Hyken. This is my second year as a co-lead for the Texas Gulf Coast Relay for Life.
All right. Okay.
And my name is Tina Lorenzo, and again, second year for co-lead for the relay, but I've been involved for several years, and I'm doing it for several family members, but mainly my mother.
Okay, and then we have Margaret.
Hi, I'm Margaret, and I've been doing relay for about 15 years. I've done all aspects from participant to team lead to event territories such as leads and entertainment and stuff like that.
Margaret, why did you choose to get involved?
I got involved when a friend of mine from church found out that she was diagnosed with cancer, and she got involved, and I became a participant. From that point on, I just started walking, and the more and more I found out about cancer, I found out how much it was affecting my family, because in our family, people didn't talk about it. It was just something kept secret, and I just didn't feel that needed to be the way anymore, so I started working in my own family and my community. Okay, so whenever I hear relay, it makes me think of the Olympics. I'm thinking of, hey, we're going on a track and field team, and we're going to be doing a relay, passing a baton, and we are running and hustling, trying to win the gold. Is that what this kind of closely correlates to with the relay? It is not in the sense of a running type of event. It originally started when Gordy took the field and did run, but relay has become something a lot more. Now for us here in the Texas Gulf Coast, we do a relay walk. So that means you and your friends, teammates, family, co-workers, church faith families all gather together, make a group, sign in, and decide that you're going to walk the track for as long as you need to. In our events, we start at 3 p.m. and we walk till 11. So somebody has to be on the track at all times to walk that track during that whole time period, which basically signifies how cancer affects everyone. And it's always there. You might not see it, but somebody's always battling. So when is the event? Is this something that happens like one time a year, or is it like take place multiple times during the year? Here in our local area, our event is an annual event. We will this year do it on Saturday, April the 25th, 2020 at Sting Stadium. And it's a family-wide open event to the public. You can come out and support. You can come out and help us raise funds, however you want to do. But basically, that's what we do. It's through the year, we do fundraisers. So we will post fundraisers that we are doing as a lead team, or if the team themselves are doing a fundraiser, we help support them to get them going. But here in the Texas Gulf Coast, our actual event is only annual. Okay, cool. Hey, so you mentioned at Stingery Stadium, are all of y'all local to Galveston County? Where are you originally from? I'm here from Texas City. Okay. And then are y'all from this area?
This is Tina, and I'm from Lamarck.
Tina's from Lamarck. Where are you from?
I'm originally from St. Louis, actually, but I moved to Dickinson a couple years ago.
Okay. And then, so you're in Dickinson now. And where are you from?
Galveston.
From Galveston. Okay. So these Relay for Lives, do these take place all over the world, all over America, in our area?
They are worldwide. So you will find one in any community that you live in. And a lot of times, like in our instance, we are a merged relay. So we have now become Relay for Life, Texas Gulf Coast, which encompasses Galveston, Texas City, Lamarck, Hitchcock, Santa Fe, Dickinson, League City.
Okay, so all of those cities, they're going to be meeting at the one for here at in Texas City.
That is correct. They are all welcome to join us and become participants. That we're also looking for our cancer survivors, our cancer caregivers, the families and support groups that are out there that can come out and help us just show some love, some hope that we all need.
So that's what this is all about?
That's what it's all about. It's your support group, the people that you have around you and that you build around you to get through these battles.
Do you have to have somebody that was affected by cancer to get involved in this organization? If somebody wanted to walk and they, have been fortunate not to know anybody or have a family member, can they still get involved?
Yes, we are more than welcome to have them come out and join us. We love to have that camaraderie and to get input. There's all kinds of things you can do, even if you've not been affected. Basically, it's just giving the shoulder for those that have been and saying, I want to make sure there's no cancer affecting my area. So I'm going to participate and help build these funds that'll research and keep it away.
Yeah. Karen, did you say that you had been in this organization since 2009?
Yes.
And that seems like, I guess that's 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
First of all, time goes by quick because I can remember
does.
2009 like it was a couple years ago. Has that been the case for you with these events going by?
Yes. I was actually trying to remember on my way here what happened every year. So I was on the team with Tina, our work team, for a couple of years. And then my dad, like I said, got prostate cancer. And the year after that, I became a team captain. Then the year after that, I joined the committee for Galveston. And then the year after that is when I started leading.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just gone from there. Now I'm even on the area leadership team for Greater Houston and East Texas. So we train and mentor the local events like this.
Yeah.
So I think I may be a relayer for life.
A relayer for life. Yeah, I guess because the name Relay for Life, it talks about, saving lives, with research and saving lives with awareness. But for you, I guess it has taken that to another level and be like, I'm going to be doing this. I found a cause that I am behind 100%.
Right. One of the things you said, research. The funds that we raise, they go more than just to research. We have programs like Road to Recovery, which is rides. If you don't have a way to get to the hospital or to your clinic for treatment, you can call the American Cancer Society and they will set up a ride for you. We have the Hope Lodge for places for people to stay when they need to come in from out of town for their treatment. And all that is free because of the funds that we raise.
Wow. So do y'all have a goal for the event that y'all do in Texas City? What is the goal? How do y'all calculate that? And I guess in years past, do y'all normally meet or exceed the goal?
Whenever I was doing Galveston, I had a goal of, I think, 50 or 55,000, and I didn't make it until my last year in Galveston, but I came close. I went up every year, and last year we did 36,000. This year our goal is 50,000.
50,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. I guess for somebody to get involved, what's the easiest, the best way for them to start? If they don't know anything, who do they get a hold of? How can they get onto a team or start a team? Or maybe they aren't able to walk or make that date. Like, how else can they help?
They can go to relayforlife.org and search their zip code,
Mm-hmm.
and our relay should come up. If they're not in our area, then the closest one will come up, and they can they can go to that page and join a team or just register as a participant, a survivor, a caregiver, and there's also an American Cancer Society staff person's email address listed. So if they wanted to contact that person, they could.
All right. Tina, can we talk about, I think you said 2 years. Have you been doing this for how many years now?
I've been relaying for several years, but I was been a co-lead for the actual event. This is my second year with these other three ladies. Me and Victoria did it last year, and now all four of us are doing it this year.
All right. And what does that mean to you to be able to step into this role for this organization? Is that something that you could see yourself continuing to do for life?
Yes, I mean, I enjoy doing it. I don't do things unless I enjoy it, and this is something that I really enjoy. I started doing it just because I did it for friends at work. I did have cancer in the family, but not like Margaret said. It wasn't something that was talked about. It was hush-hush. And then I started getting into it, and then the next thing I know, I hear about this family member or this friend or this, neighbor, and before you know it, I had a handful of people that had somehow or another been affected by cancer. So I got in for just the involvement to actually try to help find a cause for it, and now it's grown to where I am now doing it for family members and for friends and for neighbors, and just for the enjoyment of knowing that I'm helping try to find a cure for this.
Mm-hmm. Is there a lot of young people who are able to get involved? Is that something, or do we need more young people to get involved? Or is there like a lot already, or?
We have all ages get involved, and the more young that we have, the better. Like I said, me and Victoria did it last year, and I got out in the middle. We did it at a sports complex down the street, and I got out. One of our little event activities at the event was to do line dancing, and I got out in the middle of the basketball, well, it was a soccer field with a bunch of teenage girls, and we did a whole bunch of different line dances, and I showed them, which most children don't know or young adults don't know, is like Cotton Eye Joe and the birdie dance, and I was out there, and they willingly just stayed right out there with me and just had a good old time.
Was everybody dancing? Like everybody that's in the studio? I wasn't there. I'm not a dancer. I'm a terrible dancer.
It was just me and a bunch of girls. A bunch of high school girls. We did have a high school team out there. So we do have all different ages out there. And we enjoy the more younger ones we have, the more we enjoy, because they really do get involved. They enjoy seeing, and I think they enjoy seeing some of us older ladies get out there and gentlemen get out there and do things, and they get amazed at what we can do, even though, we may be a little up in our ages.
Margaret, what would we have to do to get you out there for the line dance? What would it take to get you out there?
Well, I'm generally behind the scenes there. Of course, like any other event, Relay also has things that have to go through. As the event lead, we each take over a certain aspect, and as you know, Tina, she's our entertainment. She is the one that's going to keep it moving for the participants out there, and keep them having fun and keep them moving on along throughout the day. I, on the other hand, am in the back side, and I'm making sure everything's on schedule, where we are, keeping everybody knowing where we are in our goal range, making sure our sponsors, that we appreciate when they come out, that they see where their sponsorship is helping us within the communities. And each of us, like I say, take a different role. Victoria will have a different role. She's all about bringing in the people. She's all about making sure that everybody's got a spot. Let's see who we can recruit to come back in and help us next year in 2021 to proceed forward. And Karen's out there making sure our social media is moving. She is making sure the Twitter, the Facebook, our website, pictures are being taken. So that everybody gets a glimpse of what's going on and hopefully brings them out with their families and just kind of shares the whole ideal.
Mm-hmm. Karen, is that something that you specialize in, social media, or is that something that you said, hey, I'll do it, I'll try it? And how has that journey been? Because it's tricky, it changes.
It does change. I'm not an expert by any means. I'm learning a little bit more. We don't do Twitter, I don't think, but we do have someone that's doing the Instagram with me, doing the Facebook, and I'm learning how to work the backside of our event page. So that's something new for me. But it's fun. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter is tricky.
Yeah.
Like, for our Twitter, a lot of it's automated, but it's a very, I feel like if you have that big audience, like already, like it makes sense if you're like Leonardo DiCaprio, or somebody like that,
Yeah.
to have a Twitter. Otherwise, just like, I don't know. It's just a lot of social media has a bunch of negativity that goes along with it. And so I love whenever I'm able to talk to people like yourself, where we can share about amazing things going on and how people can make a difference in the world and be a positive light out there and spread awareness for, a great cause instead of bringing everybody down, right? Yeah.
You get enough of that bad news.
Yeah. Right now it's 10:20 a.m. on a Friday. This is KHEAradio.com, 99.5 FM. If you haven't already downloaded the KHEA radio app, feel free to do that. I know this morning we pushed out a notification of Dr. Chapa's office, Living Well Clinical Nutrition Center. They have an offer on there. There's also some other exclusive offers that you can get from some local partnering places like Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, which I went and ate at yesterday, and I busted out my KHEA radio app, and they're in shock because they're like, well, we have to honor it, like we agreed to do what? But shout out to Pit Stop Barbecue and Dr. Chapa's office. We just I haven't even looked at what it is yet, but there's an offer, a brand new offer on there from his office where you can save some money. Maybe even for the detox, which I talked to you about that, Margaret. Living Well Clinical Nutrition. They do a yearly detox, and I asked you if that's something are you ever going to do that?
I have to be so very careful. Myself, I'm a cancer survivor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just over 3 years now as a cancer survivor. So I'm kind of leery on a lot of changes to my system yet. So I've thought about it, but I'm just not there yet.
No, yeah, I totally understand it. It's a commitment from everybody, not just you. And there's a lot of moving parts. So, but Dr. Chapa, he's an awesome guy, great guy, and he should be here on Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I was just going to have to make an appointment to go talk to him.
All right. So we are talking about Relay for Life, and we're learning about everything that they have going on here in the local area. Who started this organization? And I guess why? Why did they start it?
That would probably be a better question asked toward Karen. She might be able to give you more of a detail of it and run through.
Out in Oregon, I think, was it Portland? Someplace in Oregon. Gordy Klatt, he was a doctor, and he had cancer patients that he just couldn't do anything for and just got so frustrated that he decided he was going to start doing something. So he started running around a track, and he ran for 24 hours.
How long ago was it that happened?
1985.
Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, I like the way Dr. Gordy sounds. It kind of sounds like Dr. Gardy a little bit. I get called Gordy all the time, and I never correct anybody just because it's pretty close. But they made a movie about a pig, and his name was Gordy. Does anybody remember that? Gordy the pig, right? And so whenever I get called Gordy, that's the first thing I think of, like, are you calling me kind of chunky here? Which is, I don't care. But so Dr. Gordy, I like that. So if somebody called me Dr. Gordy, I wouldn't get mad, especially if it's somebody who did something cool like and great, like starting Relay for Life.
Right.
So in 1985, he decided to start walking around a track for his patients.
He ran.
He ran around the track.
He ran. Most of the time, I think he ran.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then he had friends that came out and supported him, and they started raising the money, and that's whenever the idea of Relay really started. And so it mostly started over, I think, on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And then it's just spread.
Wow. That's really cool. And then it's turned into what we have today. Is he still practicing? He's still a doctor?
He passed away a few years ago, ironically, of cancer.
Wow.
Yeah.
But to leave a legacy
Oh, yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away from cancer.
Yes,
That's crazy.
it is.
Let me see. So right now it's 10:24. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break on the FM. We're going to keep it going on social media. If you are watching on social media, on Facebook, feel free to share this out. We're going to come back and keep talking about Relay for Life. This is 99.5 FM. All right. So we're still on Facebook. We're still streaming video. If you have any questions and you are watching on Facebook, feel free to ask. And I will get those questions asked to them and answered if you have any. I wanted to kind of go through this some, but sometimes it's hard to do that while on the FM because I don't want to leave any silent some silent space. So what as I go through here, so can y'all kind of help me out and see
Sure.
what is all of this? So this is Passport to Hope.
That is our theme for this year, Passport to Hope. So we're going to be all about travel this year in our theme.
Each team is going to be their own country. We're going to let them pick.
Cool. Okay.
And we're hoping, we have to see if we can find them, to have passports for all the participants, blank passports. And each team is going to have their stamp. And so they can go around and go to each camp and have their passports stamped.
Will they dress in color themes, like for the flags,
They
or
can.
if whatever they want to do,
They
get
can
creative with it?
Whatever they want
Each
to
team has their own like campsite,
Yeah.
and so whatever country they pick, they can decorate for that country, and wear they can either wear the shirt like this, like what
Yeah.
Victoria's wearing, or that's the event shirt, or they can decorate. I mean, they can dress in
Any
costume.
kind of
Yeah. We did a few years ago. We did the decades in Galveston, and the team. I was leading it, so I wasn't able to participate in this part. But the team dressed in like poodle skirts.
Cool.
Yeah, it was really cute.
Whenever I was in junior high, I went to a church camp, and they did a break. I don't know if it was by ages or by different churches. They did a country, like a nation, for each section. And so everyone had one, and you kind of prayed for that nation as you were there, and you learned about it a little bit. But it was really cool to see that, because then you're cheering for a nation that's not even where you're from,
Yeah.
but you're also learning about it, and it was a pretty cool a way to do it. And that's the first thing that I thought of whenever you were explaining that. All right, so then here's a donation envelope, and then a participant survivor registration form. So if somebody wants to collect, let's say I'm walking, this is what they would collect their money in and kind of gather that information?
Right. And you don't have to have that envelope. That's just one that we generally send out with the team captains, and they'll get one, and they'll get one for everyone in their team. So they'll put their money in there so that they can turn it in at their team captain's decision, so that they can get it turned into our account representative and get it booked. Because through this whole thing, via social media, everybody's going to know where you are in your individual goal, your team goal, and then our united goal. So if I raise myself $100, I'm going to take that $100. I'm going to unite it with my team, who has picked up 8 other people that might have picked up $100. So now our team has $800, but then we're going to donate. We're going to take that money and give it to our overall account, who's got 36 teams worth of money, and that's how we're going to get to where our goal is.
Awesome. I like that there's tips for fundraising and collecting donations, because a lot of times you just get set out and be like, just do it. And it's like, how? Like, I don't know. How do I ask somebody? What's the material I have? And so for y'all to give somebody, even this is a lot more than, it helps.
It helps. It does.
And
we've got lots of ideas that we can share. We put them online as we find them. Some of them are great. Some of them are just going through your house and cleaning out with the new year starting. All that stuff that you would take and normally donate. Why don't you do a quick little virtual garage sale or a garage sale in your neighborhood? Maybe you'll raise $25 that you can put towards your event, and then donate the rest of them stuff.
You mentioned a virtual garage sale.
Yes.
That's a new thing. I mean, probably in the last 10 years or so, maybe longer. But I remember growing up and my mom doing garage sales and selling my old toys and me crying. but now a virtual garage sale, my wife has done it, neighborhood
Yes.
groups. You can raise some money
You can
like
actually
that.
raise some really good